The blast so powerful, it knocked out power in the town and has closed several nearby highways. Right now, we don't know the cause of the blast. We are working to get more information, and as soon as we have it, we will pass it along. At the live desk, I'm Sam Sweeney. Larry, back upstairs to you.
Okay, Sam, thanks. 8:37. More than 5 million Americans are currently living with Alzheimer's, and every 66 seconds, someone new develops the disease. June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, and here to help raise awareness are actress Amy Aquino and Anna Nelson with the Alzheimer's Association. Good to have you both here.
Hey, great to be here.
Tell me first, what's your connection with Alzheimer's?
My connection is through my father's family. He had 11 brothers and sisters, and of them, half of them developed Alzheimer's.
Wow.
The first one, my Aunt Rose, who I'm dedicating my awareness and my June to, got hit when she was still in her 50s, and it was before, this was in the 70s, it was before it even had a name. And everybody was just bewildered, what's going on? This is this vital, brilliant woman, and she's doing these odd things, and went on to lose lost 5 other siblings to it.
Wow.
So very frightening.
And I think that's the thing, people don't realize that Alzheimer's is fatal. This is a very serious disease.
It is. You know, it's a neurodegenerative disease, so it's progressive. And unfortunately, currently, there is no way to stop it or to slow it. So it is fatal.
And it's just, what are the statistics now? And is it that we didn't know what it was before? Or is it that
yes.
where more cases are being diagnosed, or a combination of both? Or?
Well, what is happening is that, you know, this disease was diagnosed over 100 years ago, but then literally nothing was done for over 70 years because it was believed that it was a very rare form of Alzheimer's. And then it turns out that the scientific community realized that what they have been calling hardening of the arteries, arteriosclerosis, that they were really talking about Alzheimer's disease. So today there's over 5 million people living with Alzheimer's disease. It is the 6th leading cause of death. And if we can't find a cure or treatment, that number is expected to increase to 60 million by the year 2050. Can you imagine that?
No, I can't.
And so folks will say to me, how soon are we to a cure? And I'll say, well, how close we get there really depends on our nation's investment on research, and so that's what needs to happen.
And this is correct me if I'm wrong, that happens to younger people as well. It's not just older people, but this happens, anybody can, am I correct in that?
Absolutely. There's about 5% of those 5.5 million Americans that are living with Alzheimer's that have the very rare form, inherited form of Alzheimer's.
I know you become a champion for Alzheimer's. What are you doing to try to begin to further this cause?
I'm just doing things like this to try to raise awareness, and June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, and June 21st, which is the longest day of the year, it's a solstice, is the day that they kind of focus on where you do something you love for someone you love. And what I'm going to be doing this year is I grow blackberries. I'm an urban gardener. I live in Hollywood, but I've got this big blackberry bramble, and my freezer right now is filled with these fresh frozen blackberries, and on June 21st I'm going to make my blackberry jam, and we will be covered in purple. And then I'm going to auction the jars off, and we're going to raise money for Alzheimer's.
Awesome, and there we go right there. We got a full screen for some tips to tackle family tension around Alzheimer's. Kind of talk us through some of these. You said one thing is just to lend an ear, divide and conquer, talk it out, seek outside support.
Oh,
absolutely, absolutely. And it's very important for that primary caregiver to ask for help. It is so hard, you know, as family caregivers, we want to do it all, but it's important to, I think, that to realize that the real strength really lies in knowing your limits and to ask for help and to accept for help when somebody offers that.
Yeah. It took a real village to work with my aunts, and you know, my aunt just had one daughter who was nearby, and she called on my cousin who lives here in Washington. And happy birthday, Catherine. It's her 70th birthday. That's why I'm here. I live in LA.
Okay.
But she had to call on a very extended family to help her, all their brothers and sisters.
Excellent. We got about 30 seconds left. Very quickly, what are some warning signs to look out for?
So the loss of memory is one of the earliest symptoms of the disease, as well as the loss of short-term memory. So the repetitiousness becomes a common symptom, as well as misplacing things, constantly forgetting things, problems with thinking skills. I always tell folks, when in doubt, have a complete physical to find out what's causing the symptoms.
And very quickly, ways we can keep our brain healthy. Is there a ways?
Go to alz.com. They've got 10 ways to keep your brain healthy. Has to do with physical exercise, keeping socially engaged, keeping your mind working, literally exercising your brain, pushing your brain. There are ways to do it to try to stave it off. We can't cure it, what we can do is try. There are some ways to keep it from happening, and I'm certainly going to do as many as I can because with my history, you know,
Right, absolutely, no question. Well, congratulations on your show, Bosch. It's fourth season
on
on Amazon. Yeah, good luck with that, and thanks for taking time with us, and happy birthday again. and Anna, good to see you as well. Thanks you both for your time and your efforts all month long, just starting here in June 1st.
Thanks for having us.
Sure, okay, thanks. We'll see you soon. 8:42 coming up next during Good Morning Washington. From hand sanitizer to makeup, throw it in your bag and go. Our next guest is here to show us how